Good morning. I'm starting out on day 2. It's 8 a.m. Yesterday I got started around 9:45, so this is going to be a nice, I guess, earlier start than yesterday. And yesterday I went 14 miles and it was rough. It was uphill most way. Today I'm trying to do 16 and a half, and we'll see how that goes. I want to get to Mud Lake. Now there's a chance I'll stop early based on, how difficult it is and how tired I am. So wish me luck. Thank you. And let me show you the lake from yesterday as well as the campsite. I'll probably get closer to the lake here in a minute. Okay, so this is the campsite I stayed in. There are a few other tents here. I met 2 people. There was a woman that's hiking counterclockwise on the trail. So she is heading out this morning, heading towards Tahoe City. She's going to have an easy run of it because it's going to be all downhill for the most part. And the other guy is car camping. So anyway, I'm going to head out. Okay, so getting back to the trailhead from the campsite, it's really close. And I'll show you what it looks like this morning again. It's a beautiful morning. I'm wearing shorts this morning. I am wearing my wind shirt at the moment, though I'll probably take it off at some point today. I'm going to be on some exposed ridges, I believe. And if I am, then it's probably going to be pretty breezy up there. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I want to try to get you a little closer into what the lake looked like. Again, I think it's more of a pond, and it's pretty shallow and muddy. I got some water last night. I found a spot that was about 1.5 feet deep where I was able to scoop some water up. And it seems to be okay. It's a pretty little lake, I guess. A lot of lakes up here are lakes that people like to swim in. Again, I wouldn't imagine that people would swim in this one. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And here we go. We're gonna do a little bit on the trail before I stop. So Brockway Summit, that's where I'm heading. And I was told by this other hiker that a lot of it's downhill, though it's a summit. So it's going to be partly uphill, and I have hiked this section again before, so I just don't remember much of it other than the fact that there are a lot of trees, and I do remember some small ups and downs. But yeah, here we go. It's beautiful back in here. Trail is very well established, so it's easy to follow, and they have trail signs along the way, which make it easy. And I'm excited. Day 2. At the end of the day yesterday, I was starting to question being able to do the whole trail. But once I laid down and got some sleep, and I slept really well, I reevaluated, and it's not a big deal. I think there are always ups and downs when you're hiking, and you're always going to have that self-doubt. And keep telling myself that this is preparation for next year, and this is relatively small distance compared to what I'm going to be doing. So, I've got to give it a shot. This is a little more up and down though, and higher up elevation. So here's the lake, and y'all have a good morning, and I'll check back with you shortly. Alrighty, so I'm about a half mile in. I know I'm just barely getting started yet. Still got quite a ways to go. But again, just kind of want to show you the beauty of this area where we live. The Tahoe Rim Trail. This is just amazing. I know not many people get out and hike like this, but you can even do some of these hikes within a day. There's a lot of road access to many of these places where you can get in here and hike for the day and then just turn around and go home, where it wouldn't be a big deal, I guess, making that move. But yeah, this is what keeps us going, I guess. Just all this beauty, and knowing that each night there's an end point and you have somewhere to lay your head, I guess, because it is tiring too. But I'm still enjoying myself. Day 2. I'll be meeting up with Robin and Lori, some teacher friends who are going to resupply me on Wednesday, and we'll see how I feel then. That will be the 5th day in, just starting my 5th day, and if I'm still smiling and having a good time, then I guess I'm made to do this, and if not, then maybe just reevaluate again. But hiking by myself I'm enjoying so far. I like talking to people. but at the same time, you know, I can set my own pace. I don't feel like I'm holding people up, and that's typically what's happening is I'm the one that's holding people up. I find that I'm not taking as many breaks as I would if I was with somebody else, and I think that's because they're letting me get rest. But yeah, look at how great this is. Okay, I'm not much further along from when I last jumped on the video, but I've crossed a little stream that's running pretty well. And I wanted to show you this area. It's really closed in with trees and bushes and such. And not to be alarmed, but I just saw on the trail a big print, which I believe is a bear print. It's not a tennis shoe print. It's definitely something big. And there's just the one. So anyway, I should be all right. I'm making a lot of noise and announcing my presence, and you know, who knows how long that's been there. But look at this. This is just crazy. That's where I'm coming from. And this is where I'm heading. And on all my backpacking adventures I've been on, I've never once come upon a bear. And I'm not looking to do that this time either. But up in Alaska, I did happen upon a bear one time. And when I did, I came within a few feet of a baby bear. And we both looked at each other. The baby bear immediately turned around and scrambled back into the bushes, and I immediately turned around and scrambled back into my car and got out of there. It was like a minute situation. And yeah, my one and only bear experience. Well, you know, I did have other bear experiences in Alaska as well, I guess, but not one where I was right face to face with them. They were usually like in some sort of captured situation where they'd been captured by the Forest Service and they were in some sort of container getting ready to fly off the island and elsewhere. Or it was from quite a distance, watching them dig through the food garbage in the dump. That's what people in Alaska used to do for entertainment. So yeah, there you go. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and check out for the moment. But you can see in this area, there's, I don't know what this stuff is called, but it's really tall. And there's a lot of it. So there you are. All parts of the Tahoe Rim Trail have its own distinct look, which I think is really cool. So it doesn't get boring. All right, well, making good progress right at the moment, but this morning the path has been either slightly downhill or flat, which is what I was told would be the case by the hiker that was going the opposite direction yesterday. Now, at some point there will be climbing today because I have to get up to the pass, but this has been great and I've made real good time. In the first hour, I've gone 2.3 miles, and for me, going 2 miles an hour is basically what I would hope for. Yesterday I started off strong, but as the climbing hit me, I really slowed down and I didn't meet that 2 mile an hour pace. And I remember saying something in one of my videos yesterday where I had 3 hours to go, and obviously that wasn't the case. It was 3 miles to go at the time. So if you hear that video, you'll be corrected today. But here we are. This is the trail where I'm heading. It's nice and lush and green back in here. Beautiful as always. Just like any other place I've shown you already, I guess. And surprisingly, I'm the only one out here. I mean, I know there are other hikers on this trail. We're just kind of spread out, I would imagine. So anyway, I'll check back with you soon. So far, I've had a pretty relaxing start to today's hike. It's been mainly flat and downhill. I'm 3 miles in, heading to Brockway Summit, but there had to be climbing to get to the summit. So here's the start of it. It's gradual at the moment, but I thought this feature is pretty darn cool. This tree fell over, and this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. But yeah, at least I'm semi-fresh. Hopefully it's not too steep. You can see this is straight ahead. You can see it going up, and it's the beginning of the climb. So wish me luck, and hopefully this doesn't last for any length of time. Okay, I'm in the process of climbing to the Brockway summit. I'm a little under 2 miles away. I crossed paths with a lone mountain biker here a few minutes ago, and he and I talked for a short while, and he mentioned that at Brockway summit a lot of water has been stashed by trail angels. Since this is considered a dry section, sometimes people will come out and store gallons of water for the hikers, knowing that they're going to need it. Now I'm carrying a lot of water at the moment, so I'm trying to drink a lot of it up because I need to stay more hydrated. But I'm thinking the safe bet would be to wait till I get up there and then drink a lot of the water I'm carrying with me and then refill up there. That way I'm hydrated and I have the water I need to get the extra 10 miles I'm going. But I had a good start. Hiked about 3 miles flat and downhill. And now it's uphill for about 3 miles. But I believe there's going to be a section of going down because the elevation is supposed to drop by about 400 feet from where I'm at now. Now there's a dirt road up here because I've seen a car or two and some motorcycles going across it. One's going across it now. So that's interesting. I'll be hitting that here shortly. All right. All right, I'm about a half mile out from Brockway summit. So I should get there around 11. I'm gonna take a break there, fill up my water, have a snack, and take the pack off my shoulders for a while. It's leveled off. I had some climbing for a while. I'm seeing a lot of mountain bikes again and a few day hikers, a runner, and yeah, let me show you what it looks like here. All right, so there's a little bit of a lake view here, as you can see. Heavily wooded, very, very green. And like everywhere else up here, it's just been beautiful. So quiet. Although when bikers come up on me or hikers, you can definitely hear them because they're talking along the way, and that's okay, but at least they give me that warning. All right, let's get to Brockway summit. All right, I just made it to Spooner Summit. It's like 11:05, so kind of close to where I wanted to be. This is an example of what people are doing to make certain they have enough water for the trail. There's not a lot of water in the section coming up, so they stage it. Many of these have names of people on it so others won't use it, which makes sense, obviously. And then some have no names on them, which means they're available to whoever need them. And so I am going to partake in opening one of those no-name ones to fill up my run water bottle. My other bottles are full already. But I'm about to play Human Frogger. I have to cross this main road. I think it's Highway 237 to get to the other side of the trail. Other people have made that crossing already. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cross over. Wish me luck. All right, so I'm 20 miles into my hike. I just crossed the highway and I'm heading up to the summit here. And I see people ahead of me and they're climbing. So this is the steepest climb by far that I've encountered. And I have another 10 miles today until I'm done, and that will get me to 30. So let me show you what it looks like. This would be me walking straight. This is what it looks like. And I saw people way up there and they were still on the climb. So I imagine this is gonna be a big one. And not looking forward to it, but my hope is once I get up to that top here, I think there's a lookout actually. It levels off and I'm walking along a ridge. That's what I'm hoping for, so that I can kind of get the climbing out of the way right away, early in the day while I'm still somewhat fresh. And then later on I'll have hopefully an easier going down or flat. But this is where I'm at so far. All right, so I think it's about 12:40. I'm about 8 miles in. The trail's not that exciting at this point. I'm currently on a flat stretch, which is going to be unique. So I'm about 8 miles away from where I want to go tonight, and that's Gray's Lake. I really thought I'd be able to do that because I've been making 2 miles an hour, but I just spent the last mile and a half on a steep uphill. And I looked at the elevation gain between here and where I want to go. And in the next 8 miles, it's just under 2,000 foot elevation gain. So with that kind of elevation gain, I seriously doubt that I'm gonna get all the way there tonight. I did resupply water when I got to Brockway Summit, so I've got 3 liters and I've already drinking a full liter. I've been drinking a liter about every 5 miles. It's not super hot, so I should have enough water if I want to stop short. And then tomorrow morning, I can go to that Gray Lake and fill up then as I push forward. I really do want to get there. So the last 1.5 to 2 miles was a steep climb, as I said, and there are probably easily 100 people going up and down that part of the trail. Apparently there's a lookout there that I didn't choose to stop at, but that's what everyone goes up to. And with my heavy pack on and everybody else just with little day packs or water, they all blew by me. So sometimes, you know, you just have to realize that that weight really slows you down. My pack is probably 38 pounds right now, and I'm not used to that. I typically take about 30 to 32. Starts bothering me about this time. My feet are holding up well, and my pack is resting on my shoulders. They're getting a little sore, but I should be fine. I only took my pack off for about 5 minutes at Brockway Summit to fill the water. I was going to eat lunch there, but it really wasn't set up for that. So I ate some snacks already. And I don't know if I'm going to stop and eat lunch or not. I might just push on through. I will say I haven't been as hungry, just physically exerting myself as much as I have had to. So I've been forcing myself to eat, but I'm certain that I'm burning a lot of calories, and I'll probably come back having lost some weight. We'll see. But all right, I'll go ahead and show you what the trail looks like at this point, because it is pretty here and it is level at the moment, so that's good. Okay, so this is where I just came from. Again, it's flat, which is surprising because there's supposed to be a 2,000 foot elevation gain over the next 8 miles. It's flat ahead of me, and the family of day hikers went out and just passed me by. So I don't know if you'll see them up there, but they're probably long gone at this point because they don't have a lot of weight holding them down. So they're able to move pretty fast. It's pretty. Looks a lot like everything else I've shown you. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going until I get so tired that I can't go anymore and I have a nice spot to camp at. Or if I can make it to Gray Lake, I'll make it to Gray Lake. We'll see. All right. Okay, this is where I came from. It's been uphill most way. So that 2,000 foot elevation gain is holding true. And I'm a little past Kings Beach, I believe. There's the lake, Lake Tahoe, between the trees. And you can see going uphill still. That's all uphill, and it continues. So I'm going to be going uphill, I believe, until I get to my campsite. My hope is still to get to Gray's Lake. I'm pushing for it. 5.5 to 6 miles away. 5:30 more than likely, because I'm slowing way down. And yeah, I've been away from the lake for about 1.5 to 2 hours because the trail takes you away from the lake, as I mentioned before, and then pushes you back towards the lake. So let's see if I can get to Gray's Lake. All right, thought I'd check in. It's about 3 p.m. I'm about 4.3 miles away from where I'm camping tonight. It's been uphill. This is a flat area. So the fact that it's been uphill, there's a good chance that I'm going to be slowing down. So I'm thinking, even though it's only 4 miles away, it's going to be probably 5:40 to 6 o'clock before I get in. I'm tired, everything hurts, but I'm going to keep going. And I'm listening to music, which is helpful. So there you go. But I'll touch back in with you when I get closer, or when I get a great view, whatever the case may be. Well, I'm a little bit about 4 miles out from where I'll be camping tonight. This is my view. It's actually 2.5 miles to the trail junction that leads to Gray Lake, but I didn't think that I'd have to go further in. It's 1.5 miles in, so I'll be there at 7. I'm going to be pushing darkness to set up. Hopefully I can get there okay. All right, well, still plugging away. This is unique, a little different. There's the lake down there. And then Mount Rose is over there. That's where I'm heading tomorrow. This is the direction I came from. Now, I have been going uphill a lot. This is uphill here. And I'm tired, but let's get there. Okay, it's 6:20 at night. Just getting to Gray Lake. It took me a long time to get here. I thought I'd be here by 5. But this is Gray Lake over here, I guess. I've never been here. And here is the little creek that leads down. Now I'm going to have to find camping. A spot for my tent, so I'm going to have to cross this. Somebody had taken a spot up above. But Okay, I guess I'm crossing. Alrighty, I made it to my campsite for tonight down at Gray Lake. I'm so thankful that that last mile and a half was downhill to the lake because it would have been a struggle going up. I was going up all day and I'm really sore. My feet, shoulders, everything else on me seems all right, but I'm just tired. But this seems to be a good spot. There's a woman up ahead with her dog on the other side of the creek that I just crossed, and yeah, it looks pretty down here, nice. I'll go exploring after I set up. Thankful that it's going to be sunlight for another 45 minutes to an hour, and I might actually soak my feet in that creek because they are definitely needing it. I made it to Gray's Lake about 6:30, which I'm very thankful for. The trail down to the lake, well, it was down to the lake, and I covered 18.2 miles today from Watson Lake to Gray Lake. I had to take an off trail 1.5 miles down to get to Gray Lake. Again, thankfully it was downhill because I was climbing uphill most of the day. There haven't been any bugs, so I'm surprised by that. I'm also thankful, no mosquito bites and such. It's been breezy and it's been getting cold at night, but I'm dressed for that. And let's see, filthy, dust everywhere and super achy. I got to get my stretches in my tent only because I'll cramp up as I change positions in my sleeping bag. And so, yeah, anyway, I'm feeling good. Day 2 is coming to an end. I'm going to get ready to go to sleep here shortly. It's like 7:40 p.m. I know it's early, but I'm going to get up at 6:37 and get out the door. I have 7 miles, I believe, to get to the Mount Rose campground, which has a trash can, I believe, and a porta potty, which I'm excited about. But I'm going to be doing a lot of climbing. I have to climb up to Relay Peak, and I'm going to see that for the first time, as well as Galena Falls. I want to show you the inside of my tent. This is a tent that's different than the tent I had been using. Super lightweight. It's a 2-person tent. I have all my gear in here and myself, and it's been comfortable. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, here's the inside of my tent. I'm keeping my backpack, my hat, and all my other gear here, my filthy shoes. I am so happy I brought my Crocs. I've been wearing those in camp. Those have really been saving my feet, which have been really hurting me during the hike. It has 2 doors on each side. It's very lightweight. I have electronic stuff that I use here. And my bear canister is stored probably about 100 yards away. And everything that smells is inside that. That's my, let's see, my sprays, like bug sprays, suntan lotion, as well as food, trash, everything. I'm also keeping my water outside, though. I have a water bottle in here that I'll access if I need to. I should sleep well tonight. So yeah, tomorrow's another day.